We've got two good offensive teams, though, Stan, in this one.
We sure do. Illinois, the 15th best offensive team in the country. Xavier, 40th.
Fremantle on top. Ivisic has got him. Now it's off to McKnight. Conwell, it's a three.
That is a great sign for Xavier. Conwell struggled a little bit the other night in the first 4 games. Still had a major impact on the game. But boy, if he gets hot, he can put up big numbers.
Ivisic down low. He'll try to grind his way into Fremantle. No. Rebound by McKnight.
I like that decision by Xavier to play Ivisic one-on-one. I think he's more dangerous as a passer than he is as a low-post scorer.
It's up high for Fremantle from Foster. Fremantle in there. Ivisic got a hand on it. And the other way comes Trey White for the Illini. With a move and a feed, Riley will have it. And they go inside, and a bump and a foul. It'll go on Dalen Swain of the Musketeers, number 1.
That's just what you're talking about, Stan. Ivisic is a guy, you got to put some pressure on him up there in the high post, because if you don't, he can find people cutting to the basket.
Hey, that's absolutely right. Dan, I always thought you got a choice. One or the other. You've either got to back off all the way and take away the cutters or get all the way up.
They just
don't be in no man's land.
Sorry there, Stan. They put it on Foster instead. Here's Boswell. Yakachonis 3. With a rebound, leaping, collecting Foster.
Well, Foster's the guy offensively that got him through that Texas game the other night. Season high 22 points.
Swain inside, a couple Illini there to defend. Will Riley's got it. The freshman who began off the bench and now starts, and he has made a difference. Boswell trying to find a gap. Will Riley from Kitchener, Ontario, around the screen. Ivisic with a 3. Rebound, Yakachonis saves it. Boswell outside, Riley with a 3, no. Rebound, Foster.
And Illinois shoots a lot of threes. 47% of their field goal attempts are from the 3-point range.
And they don't shoot them very well.
Swain, Conwell, as they swing it around. With a congested area, the shot won't go for Foster. But they save it. It's picked up by McKnight. Fresh shot clock and a drive inside. Rebound lassoed by White. Working here, White bulldozing his way inside. It's Conwell. Second leading scorer will zigzag in on Ivisic. Fremantle will put up a 3.
Fremantle is an outstanding 3-point shooter on a Xavier team, Stan, that shoots the 3 very well. They don't shoot as many as Illinois, but they shoot a much higher percentage.
Oh, yeah, they're the 6th in the nation in 3-point percentage. It's interesting. We have 2 teams, one of them who shoots them really well but doesn't shoot them often, and one who shoots them often and not very well.
Yakachonis hit the deck, foul called as he was firing with Xavier up by 4. 3 minutes in, and every dunk, every 3, every upset. Fan work is thirsty work. Stay refreshed with Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Conwell picked up number 1 for Xavier.
And Fremantle, he's a guy who can shoot the 3, Stan, so you can't really play off of him.
Yakachonis at the line. Best free throw percentage on the team. And Yakachonis, who is from Lithuania, one of the best freshmen in college basketball.
No question. And the NBA people think that this guy has a chance to go in the lottery this year. When you've got that kind of size and skill as a point guard, you're going to draw a lot of attention from the guys who have a lot of money to give you.
Yeah, but he creates, not with explosiveness and quickness, but with just cleverness and the skill you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Long shot here. Swain can't hit. Rebound Riley. Out to Yakachonis.
Well, they'll give Swain as many of those as he wants. He struggles from 3. He's an outstanding athlete and player, but he's not a 3-point shooter.
Trey White gets it. Boswell 3.
Well, that's already, though, 5 second chance points for Illinois, and that's a problem.
Oh, what a spin! Fremantle with a great corkscrew move. Wow!
Fremantle's not just a three-point shooter, and that, again, that's a great spin move. But you're right, Illinois can be relentless on the offensive boards.
Yeah, they certainly can. They're in the top 20 in the country.
Ivisic trying to gouge his way in, and he gets the 2.
I think you got to take away the middle on that and his left shoulder, but I still like playing him one-on-one.
Swain's up top. Foster makes a move. Makes the fake there on White. Screen Fremantle. Now he gets the ball with a 3. Rebound collected by Kylan Boswell, who played at Arizona and was a terrific player there. He's from Champaign and now with the Illini. Riley chiseling, driving. Ivisic has the rebound. Tried to pass, lost the ball. Conwell leading the break down the middle. He goes. Got it!
Well, that's what Xavier wants to do. They want to get out and run as much as they possibly can. One of the best transition teams in the country.
Riley on top and picked up by Conwell. Jonas. Ivisic free to fire the 3.
Jonas throws that left-handed hook pass so well. You would think he's left-handed. The ability to pass with either hand makes you so dangerous coming out of pick and rolls.
They got Swain down low, working on the freshman Riley. Tries to sneak, and he does beautifully with the reverse.
And that's Swain's game right there. He's 6'8", 220 pounds. He can handle the ball. He can guard a smaller guy defensively, but he's not a good three-point shooter.
Jonas to Ivisic with a dive and 2.
Is anybody going to guard anyone in this game?
Well, I'll tell you what.
McKnight the other way.
I mean, the pace Xavier loves, but Jonas and Ivisic, as good a pick and roll combination as you'll see.
Frank and Jonas had some numbers that were very similar in points, rebounding, and assists. A fake, he leans, he feeds. Ivisic, and he's got the size advantage on Conwell, doubled by McKnight. Jonas, shot clock at 7, the 3. Oh, what a start!
This is great pick and roll basketball. Jonas coming off the pick, stretching the defense, and a left-handed hook pass off the dribble. That's an 18-year-old kid. There are point guards in the NBA who can't make that pass.
Here come the Musketeers. Newly instead of John Hughley in the game, a 3-point will not go, and it's picked up, and here comes Illinois. They have brought in Morez Johnson for the first time, a talented freshman and the Illinois Player of the Year in high school. Jonas will crash inside, hits the deck hard, rebound Xavier, and the outlet goes to McKnight.
How is that not a foul?
That's what Jonas is asking.
Out of bounds. It's Illinois' ball.
I mean, Brad Underwood's like throwing his arms out. I mean, my God. They run right through his leg. What's he supposed to do? We've had great officiating all day here, but man, they missed that one.
Jonas. Oh, what a pass. What a play. Inside, converting Boswell.
Jonas putting on an early show here on how to play the point guard position.
At the line, the shot right there will not go by Hunter.
Great block out by Morez Johnson there to keep Hughley off the glass.
Hummerhouse is in for the Illini. Kylan Boswell got the screen, and on the wing to White. Hummerhouse, who comes from Evansville. Jonas will wheel. It's White, shot clock at 6. A spin, a fadeaway.
Now that's a tough shot, but that's White's game. He really likes to attack. He's very good driving to the basket and in the mid-range.
The Illinois fans are on their feet.
It's a screen and a shot here by Maddox. It's a triple. Dante Maddox.
Well, in conference play, he shot 46% from three, Dan. This guy can shoot the ball, and he can really get it going, and he will never hesitate.
Boswell's got it, barging ahead, going underneath, bumping the entire time with Hunter. There's a whistle, there's a foul, the clock at 11:31. Jaka Jonas, a facilitator.
Well, he's a facilitator, a great pass, good cut. Illinois spread you out, and now here with the shot clock running down, this is what Trey White does the best.
Watch whip around coverage of all men's games with Fast Break presented by Nissan in the March Madness live app as we whip it over to Lauren Shahadi, who caught up with Brad Underwood, the coach of the Fighting Illini.
Coach, good start on the boards. How do you win that battle?
Keep going. It's what we do. It's, you know, we try every single game to get 40% of our misses back. It's what we do all year. We practice it every day. We got to keep going. You know, if you shoot and miss, we want to have a 50-50 chance to get it back.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you.
Dan, they're one of the best rebounding teams in the country.
Again, he says they go after it, and they really try to get 50% of their misses. Now, he'd prefer they not miss quite so much, but one of the bad things about getting a lot of offensive rebounds means that you're missing a lot of shots.
Jerome Hunter picked up his first foul for Xavier, and at the free throw line, we got Kylan Boswell.
Kylan Boswell is a power forward in a point guard's body. He is a power guard. I don't know if we officially have a designation of a position like that, but that's what he is.
They go to Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn, who is the only returning player to this team with any kind of minutes from a year ago. Never started. He's coming off the bench early here. Hughley, Conwell with a fake. Swain on top. Riley is there. Switch on defense. It's a Hunter three. Ivisic with the rebound. Jaka Jonas the other way for the Illini. Got the screen from Johnson. Gibbs-Lawhorn, Ivisic, and Riley. Oh, there's some hand-to-hand combat down low. Swain's going to pick it up. He was holding on to Ivisic, and a foul on the Musketeer. Sorry about that. I forgot to hit the cough button. Here we go. By the three.
Fourth most attempts in the country, 30 a game, 322nd in percentage. That's the kind of coach I wanted to play for.
But they don't blink.
There.
They don't blink.
He doesn't even care if it goes in, just keep shooting it.
Well, they're going to go get 50% of them back. That's what they're trying to do.
Jaka Jonas with the miss. Fremantle got a hand on it. Foul inside on Illinois. CBS Sunday, don't miss Justin Hartley in the #1 show on television. All new trackers, CBS Sunday after 60 minutes and streaming on Paramount Plus. It's a foul on Riley. The freshman picks up his first.
Illinois does shoot 57% from inside the arc. They're a really good offensive team.
They certainly are, and they've just made the three part of what they do, and then they go get it when they miss it. Just what Coach Underwood talked about.
It's Maddox. Jaka Jonas fouls him as he fired.
That was a pretty good job by Jaka Jonas right up to the point where he fouled him. He followed him, and it was right on his hip there. You got to have the discipline not to commit that foul.
And that's exactly right, Dan. This is great effort, but there are two important components to being a great defender and a great defensive team. Effort and discipline. He had the first one, not quite the second one.
Here's Dante Maddox at the line, the son of a coach. In fact, his dad coached him in high school in Chicago Heights, Illinois. He went to Cal State Fullerton, started 2 years there, a starter at Toledo. Now he is with the Musketeers, and there is his dad. Dante Maddox. He had 10 points. He had 10 points.
Kevin, I spoke with Senior last night. He told me Dante wears the headbands right in the sleeves now, but back then I told him he couldn't do any of that until he earned it. He said, I sat him his entire freshman year. I said, why? Did he deserve to start? He said, yes, but don't tell him that. I was teaching him life lessons.
See, this is the problem if you play for your dad.
That's right.
I did it for 4 years in college,
Stan.
Believe me. The only difference was I can look out there and tell you Dante Maddox is good. That was a big difference between the two of us. I was not.
Conwell driving. Swain has it. A lot of congestion halfway through the first half and out of bounds.
The problem is if you're the dad and you're coaching your son and you don't play him, you got to go home and face the mom.
And she's got some definite thoughts.
I don't know if my mom was always happy with the way I was playing either, to be quite honest.
Musketeers have it in 15 on the clock, and Fremantle will orchestrate on top. It's Swain, a 3. Beautiful stroke. Kalen Swain.
It's only his 5th made 3 of the year.
He comes in shooting 17%. I think the Illini can live with that.
Jonas. Fremantle got a hand on it. Ivisic will control. 9.5 in the half. He'll try to move. A robust move on a curl. Lost it inside. Swain has got the ball.
Well, he's 1 for 3 on post-ups, one-on-one with Fremantle. I would continue to just play him one-on-one, take away his passing ability.
Maddox will maneuver. He'll try to manufacture something down low. He's got the defensive Boswell on him. Fremantle over Ivisic. Boswell rebound.
I'd like to see Fremantle go at Ivisic more, Dan, because one problem Ivisic has had at times this year against low post guys is he's gotten in foul trouble.
It's Boswell. Ivisic will put up a 3.
And Ivisic, you look at his numbers from beyond the three-point arc. He's in the low 30s, but in Big Ten play, he shot 45% from 3.
And for 7-footers nationwide, top 4 in three-point shooting for a guy that size. 8.5 to go. Swain, the move on Riley across the lane. Ivisic with the rebound. Here come the Illini. Boswell down the middle. White.
Nobody inside the lane.
Riley will spin. Setting up that offense. Ivisic, Riley, defended by Foster. Shot clock at 7. Oh, they'll take it hard.
I think he stepped out of bounds.
He did on that baseline. He stepped out of play. Wipe it away. With Illinois' lead at 4, they led by 7. Xavier's led by 4. Watching again. It was close.
Oh, there it is.
Just a hair, right?
There it is.
Good looking move, though.
It was.
Very good looking move.
Court's only 94 feet
He's
long.
a talented guy. Another guy that the NBA scouts are talking about has a chance to go in the first round in this coming draft.
He was the 6-man award winner in the Big Ten, and that's saying something in that conference. Fremantle 3. Rebound. Inside. Fighting for it was Hunter. Shove. Foul is on Xavier.
I want to see Fremantle go back at Ivisic like he did on that spin move and put the pressure on him to have to defend.
Hunter picks up his 2nd. And Ivisic right here. Took aim, fires the 3, and puts the Illini on top of Xavier. We're back in Milwaukee. This is a look between the 6-seed Illini and the 11-seed Musketeers, who are coached by Sean Miller. And Lauren had a chance to catch up with him moments ago.
Coach, so many playmakers on that side. How do you contain them?
It's difficult. They're a really, really good offensive team. Very difficult to guard, in particular when their center makes threes like he's making. Hopefully he misses a few.
Thanks, Coach.
He's talking about Ivisic. Here's Jonas making a move into McKnight. Backpedaling inside. The deck he hits and a foul call.
I'll tell you, this kid's a heck of a player.
He's fearless.
Well, fearless, and when you've got that kind of skill at the point with that kind of size, that's what people are looking for now, size and skill, that combination.
When you talked to Brad Underwood yesterday, he was talking about the European players that he brings in, and here's one of the two that have really had an impact, and about the demeanor and the kind of frame of reference they bring to the program.
Hey, listen, I don't think any coach, Dan, would dispute this with me. What they do in Europe in terms of player development with young players is far ahead of what we do here in the United States, where we just throw our guys out there to play 100 AAU games every summer.
Well, they put them through a development program, and they play against older guys.
They do.
Well, and the other thing that happens with that is no one ever gets to become a big star where the ego becomes a thing, because they move you up, like you said, to play against older guys. So Dirk Nowitzki was growing up averaging 8 or 9 points a game.
McKnight. He found a gap and he goes right through. And McKnight with 4. He's at 2 in a row.
Well, Brad tell us he asked Ivisic who was the best player he played against, and Ivisic said Frank Kaminsky.
Humrickhouse, a 3. Fremantle gobbles up the rebound. It's Davian McKnight. Fremantle the other night against Texas had 15 points. Holds the ball right here. And Ivisic awaits. Maddox. It's a 3.
Wow.
Nice looking shot by Dante Maddox.
Wow.
Well, maybe it was because his dad didn't let him play his freshman year in high school. I don't know. But he is doing a great job tonight moving without the basketball.
Ivisic free again from 3. Good! The big man from Croatia. 3 threes and 13 points.
Well, he and Yakachonis together in the two-man game is deadly.
Hunter will twirl on Humrickhouse. Rebound Ivisic. He's filling every category. Yakachonis, the hesitation, the twirl, the shot, and the foul.
Now on the previous possession, Ivisic he's right here. He's going to set the screen, and he's going to step back. This is what you call your classic pick and pop guy. Sets the screen, gives a little handoff, and then just knocks it down. And Sean Miller said he hoped that Ivisic would start missing. I think they've got to do more than hope. They've got to do something to defend.
Well, the thing I would think about doing is playing Fremantle on Kylan Boswell, who's not as good a shooter, and then playing smaller on Ivisic so you could switch those plays in the two-man game. I think when you've got those shooting bigs, you've got to try to get yourself into matchups where you can switch.
Foster picked up his second. Yakachonis at the line. 84% free throw shooter and the best percentage on the Illini.
He's really had a great start to this game. And,
yes.
Not only scoring, but distributing the basketball.
Ivisic has 13. Yakachonis has 9. Yakachonis will step out right now.
That's the first time he's been out of the game.
Yep. McKnight. Swain. Under 6 to go in the first half. The winner will take on Kentucky here Sunday night. On top, Hughley, a fake. The big man had it stripped. Riley will gallop. On the wing, Boswell. And now Humrickhouse, who played at Evansville in the Missouri Valley Conference. Boswell. And Humrickhouse working inside on Conwell. It's picked up with nice defense by Swain. Maddox on the fly.
Got away with the travel.
Well, he had to travel to get close enough to actually shoot the ball.
Does he have to be close? He doesn't seem to be worried about that.
Will Riley, #1 player in Canada. Look at him slither inside for 2.
But that was created by Ivisic because he's made 3 threes. So Hughley was in a rush to get back to him and just opened up the lane for Riley's drive.
Illinois' biggest lead. Conwell on top, Hughley. And now off to Swain. He'll launch a triple. Timeout taken.
Sean
Illinois
Miller,
by 5. They've led by 8.
Yeah, Sean Miller's going to talk about his pick and roll defense because watch Hughley. He's worried about getting back to Ivicic. Riley's to the rim. But Swain has knocked down 2 threes tonight.
Welcome back to Milwaukee, and Kentucky winning here a little bit earlier tonight over Troy. Big night for Flagg. Duke winning by 44. Flagg with 14, 7, and 4 assists. And the Houston Cougars, man, watch out for Kelvin Sampson's team. They are red hot. It's Boswell and Riley. Ivicic will have it up here. And inside and outside. Look at the inside-outside game of 3. Will not go. Riley tips it up. Leaping catch. White lost the ball. Humrickhouse tries to get it. And it is off of Xavier.
Well, that's what Brad Underwood was saying to Lauren in that interview is when that ball goes up, they want to keep going. And you had 4 guys attacking the glass there for Illinois.
Shot clock at 17. White will have it. Lost the ball. It's picked up by McKnight. He'll go crashing into Humrickhouse, and the other way. Galloping is White. He'll set up the offense. Ivicic screen. Riley on top. Hughley is on Ivicic, who's got it here and scoring it will and goes into Humrickhouse. Plenty of time. Setting it up. Working on Maddox. Rebound is picked up by Dante Maddox.
That was actually pretty good defense by Maddox.
Conwell, no. And the rebound collected by Boswell. 3.5 to go in the first half. Riley working his way inside and a foul. It's Swain who picks up the foul. It is the second on him. 2 eighth-year coaches, Sean Miller, Brad Underwood, the Illini, the Musketeers on CBS. All right, Jamie, thank you very much. Riley's at the free throw line. Illinois by 5. They've led by 8. Xavier's led by as many as 4 with a couple ties and 5 lead changes in this exciting first half.
Well, we can talk about a lot of things, but the difference right now is at the free throw line. This will be Illinois' 10th free throw. They've made them all. Xavier 2 for 2. So in a 7-point game, Illinois +8 at the free throw line. Only 2 fouls called on Illinois the entire time, first 17 minutes of this game.
Conwell to Hughley and Swain on top. Foster 3. Big time hit. They needed that. And Foster has his first basket tonight.
Well, he made 6 threes the other night against Texas to get him here to Milwaukee. They could use him to get going.
That's a steal. Swain saved it. On the other side, a drive here. Maddox on the fly. No. Rebound Johnson. Jakučionis hits the deck. Riley taking it the other way. Switch. And they've got Boswell on top.
Now they got Conwell matched up inside against Ivicic. You got to find it.
Riley trying to find some kind of open door, and nothing is there, and he travels. Good defense by Foster. It's now or never in the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. Stream every match live, including the showdown between Arsenal and defending champion Real Madrid, beginning Tuesday, April 8th, exclusively on Paramount+. It is the 7th Illini turnover.
You know, Illinois' offense used to be based on finding mismatches like that, creating them and then exploiting them, and they'd still like to do that. They just never saw Ivicic matched up against the 6'4" Conwell.
Well, I think this lineup, even though they really like it with Morez, Johnson, and Ivicic together, I think it helps Xavier
White,
because now Fremantle will guard Morez Johnson and not have to guard Ivicic.
White picked up his first. Brad Underwood, he's been the head coach at Stephen F. Austin, Oklahoma State, now in his 8th season in Illinois. 4 NCAA tournaments. Foster's on top. It's Conwell and Maddox. Jonas is there defending. Shot clock is down to 6. Fremantle doubled and fouled as he fired.
You called that foul on Johnson. Now Brad Underwood's upset.
It's a nice feed. And it's a foul. You can argue all you want, but you hit him on the wrist.
It's Zach Fremantle at the free throw line, the leading scorer off a 15-point first 4 game against Texas a couple nights ago. He's a grad student from Teaneck, New Jersey, and Bergen Catholic High School.
Hit him on the arm there. I like putting some pressure on their defense, getting yourself to the free throw line a little bit.
That's what you're talking about. Get Fremantle inside and let him operate in there.
77% free throw shooter, misses them both.
Jonas, he'll meet the defense of Hunter.
And see, now they are switching the pick and roll, the 2-man game with
Ivisic is saying, get the ball over here.
It's Ivisic. Inside to Johnson. That's when they play their best, they felt. When Ivisic and Moraz Johnson were on the floor together.
Yeah, but Ivisic has to shoot that ball.
I'll tell you what. I understand what Brad was saying. If I'm Sean Miller, I want Moraz Johnson on the floor so I can put anybody other than my center on Ivisic.
Hunter got the ball. McKnight is controlling the other way. Conwell going down. Fremantle against the freshman Johnson. Out of bounds. It is off of Illinois. They say right now in Xavier's ball.
Brad Underwood, you know, he and Sean Miller have both been going after the referees. They got to be careful.
I think it's the right call.
1:11 to go. It goes in. Foster's got it. Cutting Conwell and the shot. What a good one right there by Ryan Conwell. 7 points.
Conwell is the guy who can make shots in traffic.
Yeah, they do a great job having him come off those screens tight.
Jonas 3. No. Rebound Johnson. Tap in try. Ivisic has got it. And they control it with Boswell. They'll try to cut. He lost the ball. Great defense by the Musketeers as they clog the middle.
Well, the turnovers, 8 of them by Illinois to 2 from Xavier, is balancing out the offensive rebounding advantage that Illinois has.
It's Fremantle. It's Conwell. Got the screen. In for the tie. No. Rebound Johnson. And the other way comes Boswell. Final 10 seconds. It's Boswell. 3. Good!
22% three-point shooter. Knocks down a deep one right here on the switch.
Coming up on AT&T at the half, get all the scores, highlights, and news from the NCAA tournament, all coming up on AT&T at the half. Lauren, take it away.
And Kylan, Coach said he wants points every 7 seconds. Not quite that, but what did you think of your team offense in the first half?
I think we got the shots we've been looking for. All week in practice, we work on our cutting, next actions, using time as an enforcer for us. So I think today we just did everything we did in practice.
I mean, young team, you've been here before. What did you tell them about this stage, Kylan?
That means a lot for everybody. People who grew up here, watching this growing up, a lot of Europeans have never even seen March Madness. So I was telling them that the older guys, especially for Xavier, they're going to come with the right mindset. We have the right energy and effort.
Good luck to you. Thanks so much. Kevin.
Boswell is from Champaign, but he went to Arizona. He's been in the NCAA tournament the last 2 years for the Wildcats. Now with the Illini, a big-time triple. And the lead is 5 for Illinois. We take you to AT&T at the half. After these messages, you're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship on CBS.
Kevin, you know how Coach Miller is. He's so thoughtful. He said their offense is the modern game, just the spacing. Anyone can score anywhere. Zach Fremantle, Kevin, running out of the locker room, I had my mic with me. He said, hey, CBS, I have to step up my game. I said, how are you going to do that? He said, we're going to find out. It's March. Nobody has the answers to these questions.
Good stuff, Lauren Ivisic down low. Fremantle, the aforementioned Zach Fremantle is defending down low, picks up the foul. It is the first on him.
Well, Ivisic just working, and Fremantle, I think he got that foul because he keeps reaching in from the back. If he doesn't reach in, he doesn't get a foul.
I agree. Just make him make the shot over the top.
Ivisic will put up a three. And it's retrieved by Swain, racing the other way. No breaks with him. All gas to the rack and fouled. Ivisic picks up his first.
But this is where Swain is at his best, Dan. When he gets out in the open floor, can use that speed and athleticism. Got a good handle. And takes that right to the rim. And Ivisic is a guy who will foul. You can get him in foul trouble if you attack him.
And Swain hits the first. He's from Columbus, Ohio.
That's only the first foul on Ivisic.
Yeah. And Fremantle got his first just before that.
Well, they just haven't attacked him.
Three-point game. Xavier's led by 4. Illini by as many as 8. It's Boswell. Ivisic was doubled. They steal the ball. A turnover right there. Conwell the other way to the hole. Rejected by Riley. It's Jonas ahead. Boswell. Corner faking the three. Here it comes from White. Wow.
An escape three. What a turnaround there. A great defensive play by Riley.
It's a turnover.
That's only Xavier's third turnover.
Well,
look at this defense, though.
Just goes straight up in the air. You know, you say, wow, I went straight up in the air. Well, most of the time they don't. He did that time.
Riley is the highest-ranked recruit. He's got the ball right here in 20 years. So he blocks one at one end. He gets a nice spinner at the other on the doorstep. And the Illini just like that up by 8. Conwell. Fremantle. Wow. It's picked up by White.
Still like to see Fremantle take the ball at Ivisic. We've seen him do it one time tonight.
Jonas now. Working on Conwell and floats inside for 2 and fouled. 7-0 run by Illinois. Biggest lead tonight.
Well, this is Jonas going left. He's big, he's strong. And then he's got this pass. I mean, look at what he's doing here tonight. He's got 11 points, 5 rebounds. I guess they didn't give him an assist on the one to Riley. I don't know who's keeping stats over there, but.
And Dan, they're whole and they're healthy, the Illini.
Absolutely, and Jonas has scored 7 points from the free throw line. So he is doing a great job putting pressure on that defense.
Dalen Swain got the screen over Ivisic. Jonas the rebound.
And Illinois is not trying to go at breakneck speed, but boy, they get in the offensive zone and they start moving the ball.
It's Boswell on top. Riley down low. Ivisic picked up by Fremantle. And Fremantle gets the ball. McKnight on the move. The stutter step and the drive for 2. He gets it to drop.
McKnight is very fast end to end, and that coast-to-coast speed is tough to deal with.
His second year at Xavier.
And again, the turnovers that are being forced are really helping Xavier.
Jonas with the miss. And the other way they go with Marcus Foster.
And when Xavier goes, they go.
They go,
yeah. I mean, they really get down the court quickly.
Yeah, they're one of the best transition teams in the country.
Foster at the line. Swain the fake and the feed. McKnight on that baseline doubled. Shot clock at 4. Swain 3. It's a foul. It goes on Xavier. Fremantle was down there. And tussling for the ball. He picks up his second. Every dunk, every three, every upset. Fan work is thirsty work. Stay refreshed with Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Humrick House has come in. Jakic Jonas has the ball. Ivicic will set a screen. And the throwaway, the turnover. Fremantle, and ahead it goes on the fly, and scooting in there with a Conwell attempt and a foul.
That was a great job taking the ball at Ivicic. He's in the restricted area there and taking the ball in right to his body and drawing the foul.
Number 2 on Ivicic. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com with Ryan Conwell. Third team All Big East. Third school in 3 years he's played at South Florida, Indiana State, and now with the Musketeers at the line.
And Conwell, I mean, he's fearless. I mean, he just go right at anybody. And he's a big kid, 6'4", 215 pounds. He's got the strength to go inside after people.
He does, and he seeks contact when he takes the ball to the basket.
John Hughley is checked in for the Musketeers.
And let's see how the Illinois offense works now with Ivicic on the bench with 2 fouls.
Morez Johnson has come in, the freshman from Chicago. Jakic Jonas bumping into Swain on the perimeter. Plenty of time. Johnson a screen, and he got the ball. What a feed, Jakic Jonas. And a good pick and roll.
That's his 6th assist tonight to go with 6 rebounds and 12 points.
What great patience to wait for Johnson to clear the defense before he made the pass.
Good point.
Well, and also his size, Dan, really helps because he can see the floor. That's one of the great advantages of big point guards.
McKnight will drive, and Jakic Jonas will defend. Johnson will rebound. He's got 4. And the other way comes Boswell. Johnson another screen. The winner will play against Kentucky on Sunday here as Jakic Jonas was stripped of the ball. It's Illinois by 9.
And Jakic Jonas is the guy who, again, he's big, he waits, and then he sees the opening and cashes in. Wow.
Catch highlights, in-depth analysis, breaking news, anywhere you are. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today. Down by 9, inside, they got it. Swain pulls the trigger and got fouled as he fired. He'll go to the line.
Now he's made a couple of threes today, but this is really the best part of his game. He's 6'8", 220 pounds. He's really quick, and he's got the strength once he gets in there to power the ball up to the goal.
Absolutely. Great play coming out of the timeout to get him in that position. And it's back to a 7-point game.
Keep in mind
6-point game,
that Xavier trailed almost the entire game against Texas, and they just kept working and working.
By as many, Dan, as 13.
This is also what Swain can do. He can guard the ball.
Riley will try to attack. He's surrounded by 3, and they collapse on him with Swain picking up the foul.
Look at Swain pressuring the ball out here, and this is against a really good player. Now, unfortunately, here he gets off his feet and fouls. Got to be more disciplined.
3rd on him. Boswell inside. Racing the other way, McKnight.
Davian McKnight.
You know, if you're going to get in front of him, you got to catch him first.
Yeah, I mean, my gosh, he goes end to end about as fast as anybody you see.
Jakic Jonas, they blitz him. He turns the ball over. 4th turnover, and he's down. It's Hughley on the fly on a 3-on-1. Johnson's got the ball. He hits the deck, throws it away. McKnight on top, Swain. Driving is Conwell.
That's off Hughley.
It is.
Yakachonis is claiming he got grabbed on the arm.
Well, that's 13 turnovers for Illinois. The only thing keeping the game close, and that's 4 of those turnovers are Yakachonis.
Ivisic is back in.
Well, Yakachonis, he can be turnover prone. In 2 games in the Big Ten tournament, he turned it over 6 times in each one.
Slashing is Riley in the corner. 3, bucket, put down. Nice shot. Kylan Boswell.
Well, we haven't talked a lot about him, but he's the leading scorer in the game. 15 points, 5 for 6. He's made all 3 of his threes.
As a 22% shooter coming in from 3-point range.
Jerome Hunter on the move. Puts it through. Timeout. Xavier. We're going back and forth, but the Illini have a 55-48 lead over the 11th seed Musketeers, who played Wednesday in Dayton and beat Texas. Sean Miller orchestrating that. Brad Underwood bringing his team again to the NCAA tournament. All a part of the story on CBS.
Brad Underwood says he's my defensive stopper, but he's been an offensive powerhouse today, not only on the inside, but a 22% 3-point shooter on the year. Is 3 for 4, 5 for 6 overall, 3 for 3, from 3-point range. He's had an outstanding game.
And coming out of the timeout, Xavier's going to bring some full court pressure. 1-2-1-1, trapping that first pass, but one and done, and now they'll go back man to man.
It's Boswell and Yakachonis. Ivisic is in. Humrickhouse on the wing. Riley on the other side. The Illini 5. Yakachonis, they're blitzing him every time he touches it. Riley will drive inside. The shot clock is down to 5. Riley got it. He found the escape hatch.
What a pass by Ivisic. If you cut and you're open, you cannot give up back cuts. When Ivisic has the ball, you have to stay between your man and the basket.
Hughley, 3 from outside. Rebound, Riley.
Well, he hit one of those in the Texas game.
A huge one in the Texas game.
He sure did.
Boswell with the drive and shoved and fouled as he took it.
Well, here's Riley, gets stuck. Ball comes back to Ivisic, and then we try to deny. And just a back cut, and Ivisic, an outstanding passer.
So Hunter picks up his 3rd, and Swain's got 3. No one with 3 fouls yet for the Illini. With 7 minutes gone in the second half. Ivisic, Riley. The fake and the drive. What a hesitation.
They thought he was going to pass it back to Ivisic.
And so they release. That's the second bucket Riley's gotten because of the threat of Ivisic's shooting.
Barging ahead is Foster. And the long shot. Rebound, Ivisic. It's picked up by Boswell. The trailing Yakachonis will snake his way and lose the ball, and it's off of Xavier.
And on the previous offensive possession, what you're talking about here, Ivisic, everybody's concerned about him, so he's just going to take the ball, the little handoff there, and then he turns around and Fremantle goes back toward Ivisic, and you're right, that's the second time that's happened.
So nothing on the stat sheet on those for Ivisic, but that's 2 baskets for Riley that Ivisic has created.
Riley is caught fire.
And it's a really smart play by Riley to recognize that.
Absolutely. And this is crucial time for Xavier here now. They're going to have to make a stand, put together some buckets and stops.
Illinois, their biggest lead inside. Fremantle was held. On the pass by Swain. Freshman Will Riley with 13 points. It's on Ivisic. He picks up his 3rd. And Riley right here, playing with such confidence. Began on the bench, the freshman now a starter, and showing you why. And Lauren Shahadi, a 7-0 run for the Illini.
Kevin, just listening to Coach Miller, he kept saying, smart plays. I need you to force contact, force them to foul you. They're way too comfortable.
We'll see what they do here. A spinning Swain into Humrickhouse. Maneuvers for two.
Swain's been good inside when he gets down there. That's great footwork and great patience going to work against Humrickhouse.
And if Xavier's going to make a run, now's a good time to do it with Ivisic on the bench with 3 fouls.
And if Ivisic comes back, Dan, they got to go right at him. He is a great offensive player who has a tendency to be in foul trouble. You've got to make him defend every possession he's in the game.
Jonas, through all kinds of traffic, gets fouled right there, Coach, as he takes it up and to the rim and works his way again to the free throw line.
Well, it's going to be free throws 8 and 9 for him. But that's one of the advantages when you're a big guard.
Yeah, he's doing a land office business there. I mean, he's not explosive, but he's able to get that first step, and he's really good with the basketball.
Multiple times freshman of the week in the Big Ten Conference. All freshman team member. Top 10 in Big Ten assists. He's covered a lot of different bases.
You aren't kidding. And look, for the size of the country and the population, Lithuania, one of the best basketball countries in the world. Lithuania, Serbia, not a lot of people and a lot of really good players.
Illinois is 13 of 13 from the free throw line.
That kid who's shooting the free throws, what's he?
13 of 13. Oh, look at Yaka Jonas on the floor, diving for the ball. And that can inspire a lot.
I'm not currently scouting in the NBA, Dan.
Yes, okay.
But I can tell you this. Yaka Jonas is making money today.
I'm just glad he didn't come across the table because you haven't shown very good quickness in your movements today.
I wouldn't have moved. I would have just taken the charge.
Swain against Johnson.
Swain does a great job playing off 2 feet, being patient, and pivoting and stepping through.
Swain's got 17. He averages 10. He had 11 the other night against Texas and Dayton.
They've got no one else in double figures.
Riley, who's had a great second half on the move, got it! He has been a machine! Will Riley!
Stan, you talked about the youth on this Illinois team, and the youth is really looking pretty good tonight. What a play here. He absorbs the contact, gets the ball with the left hand up to the basket. Wow.
Those 3 young international players have 42 points, 16 rebounds, and 8 assists.
There's Riley's mom, Tracy, watching, and the three-point play. Again, he was the #1 kid coming out of Canada. He's been the highest-rated recruit that Illinois has had in over 20 years. Starting as a freshman, Conwell 3. Rebound tapped by Boswell, saved by Humrickhouse. Illinois controls. Look at Boswell on the speed. Humrickhouse 3. With a rebound taken by Swain. Maddox cutting by, into 3. Look at him contort. Rebound Riley. Oh, the handle.
He's feeling it, I think.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is indeed. Boswell, he's had a very solid game. Look away, inside! Johnson, what a pass! On a looker by Kylan Boswell.
Kylan Boswell's been fabulous. I have not seen this kind of offense out of him, Dan.
It's a 14-4 run. Looking east, throwing west, and Johnson inside. In this half, Illinois shooting 73% from the floor.
It is a great pass. I mean, the floor is so open. They set that screen so high, and there he's looking the other way. That's just fabulous.
Well, that's got to be Marcus Foster's rotation. Nobody even came near Morris Johnson.
Maddox trying to gash the defense. Hughley's got the ball. Swain on the wing. Swain's got 17. He's been a force all night. McKnight gets a three. McKnight can't hit. Hughley gobbles it up. Johnson's got the rebound. Boswell the other way.
5-on-4.
Humrickhouse. The Illini have made 8 of their last 10 shots. Here comes McKnight again with the trailing Swain. Hunter, nice shot. Jerome Hunter.
Well, you got to start somewhere. Now you need another stop.
You do. You're going to have to string stops together. Look, this team's been in this position.
Yes.
Now. They were just there the other night against a good Texas team. So they've been there.
It's Riley. Into Johnson. Freshman to freshman. Foul. Mraz Johnson broke his wrist, and he missed some time late in the season. He's come back for Brad Underwood and been very healthy. And as we've said before, with Kentucky's win over Troy earlier tonight, the winner here will take on the Wildcats for the right to go to the Sweet 16. And Johnson at the line.
They're 17 for 17 at the free throw line.
That's incredible.
And they're plus 10 from the line against Xavier. It's been a huge part of the game. That, and they have absolutely dominated the glass.
Johnson will leave. Now, they were playing Johnson and Ivisic a lot in the first half together, but not in the second half, Stan.
No, and I don't really, for this game anyway, I didn't really like them together. This lineup right here creates more problems for Xavier's defense.
This is Ryan Conwell. McKnight and off to Hunter. Conwell off a screen, drives on Boswell, and he traveled.
Boswell does such a great job moving his feet.
Well, there's been a lot of great performances for Illinois so far today, but Boswell might have been their best.
Yakachonis in the corner. It's a three, and it's off right there by White and picked up by Conwell. And now Swain. He'll take it in.
You know, when Swain is going to the basket, I mean, he's made a couple of threes. He's not a good three-point shooter, but he is so much better going to the goal.
Ivisic a screen. And he got it from Yakachonis with a three. He has been a flamethrower tonight. He's got 16 points and 4 threes at the center position for the Illini. A drive inside by Davian McKnight and a foul. He makes a lot of threes, and the most for Illinois, and the 4th most by a 7-foot player in the tournament. Lining up right here, got it over Hughley, and hits nothing but net.
And Brad Underwood's offense, particularly in the second half, is firing on all cylinders.
Well, it sure is, and his shooting, as we've pointed out a couple times, has also, the threat of his shooting has opened up layups for guys coming off the pick and roll.
Illinois, which emphasizes rebounding, 2nd overall in the country per game, plus 14 rebounds tonight. And now 15.
Now, if you're going to make a criticism, they've turned it over 12 times. And
they have.
It's Ivisic. And looking inside, the ball deflected, looking for Boswell. It's off the Musketeers and 10 on the shot clock. Hughley will leave and Fremantle will come in.
Now, Ivisic has to be careful. He's that far from the basket. He leaves his feet to make a pass. He could very easily pick up a charge.
Absolutely right. But he's also what makes it so tough. So they want to blitz Yakachonis, but then he's making the pass to Ivicic, who then is in a 4-on-3 situation behind the blitz. And a guy who can make plays like that, it makes it very, very difficult.
Shot clock is at 6. Yakachonis looking for Ivicic again. It ricochets. Oh, it's off of Ivicic's hands, they say, and out of bounds. Fremantle the other night had 15 points, and he was 6 of 13. And tonight he's 2 of 8 with 5 points.
Well, they really haven't gone to him inside.
Conwell, 3, fouled as he fired. And the foul will go on Trey White. White picks up his second.
Well, White, excuse me, is 6'7", and so he can present some problems for Conwell, but Conwell just is so strong, he creates that space to draw the foul.
Conwell struggled against Texas the other night too, largely because he was in foul trouble and couldn't get into any rhythm. So he's been struggling. Now you send him to the line though to stand there and shoot 3.
Conwell tonight from 3 is only 1 of 4 since the start of last season. Ryan Conwell is number 8 in Division I in 3-point shots made. Came in at 42%. 1 of 3 against Texas on Wednesday in Dayton. And like I said, 1 of 4 tonight from 3.
That's part of the problem for Xavier. I think Conwell really hadn't been a big part of the offense.
He has not.
6.5 left. Ivicic, they swarm him, they foul him. And that looked to be on Jerome Hunter. Hunter picks up number 4.
And this is a rather adventurous pass by Yakachonis.
It was, and Hunter did a good job. Thought he was going to come up with that steal, then maybe got a little overzealous and committed the foul.
Ivicic's twin brother plays at Arkansas for John Calipari. As they're coming out of meetings right now and getting ready for St. John's tomorrow.
You know, they're a good free throw shooting team on the year, but they've been perfect tonight.
Boy, they have not missed. This is Illinois' 81st NCAA tournament game. They've never before gone perfect at the line. 18 of 18 tonight.
So you're trying to jinx them, Kevin? Was that the idea?
I'm reporting, Coach. I'm reporting with the move by Swain for 2.
Well, they've come out of both timeouts and off a free throw there and set up plays to get Swain going to his left. He's been able to get all the way to the rim twice.
Swain's got 21, career high. Yakachonis Ivicic with a 3. Rebound collected by Swain. Ahead, McKnight, and Clyde's in for the deuce. And just like that, we have an 11-point game. It was 17 moments ago with Illinois on top.
There's still plenty of time.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Ivicic a screen, Boswell to Riley. Another high screen. Fremantle comes in there. Look at Boswell. Fremantle cannot collect the ball. He in the bounds, out of bounds, losing his balance. It'll be Illinois' ball.
That's a tough one. That was a good defensive possession.
It was.
By Xavier. You've got to come up with that.
Yeah, they did everything but get the ball back.
Yakachonis, Fremantle knocked it away. It's picked up by Conwell, puts on the brakes and a 3.
That would have been a big one.
It would have been indeed. Yakachonis the rebound.
Yakachonis, Dan, you mentioned it earlier. He's made some great passes, but he's got 6 turnovers now after that inbounds.
Well, he's a risk taker.
5 to play. Boswell stopping, starting, looking for a screen. Shot clock at 3. He's got to fire the triple. Battle for the board, won by Fremantle. It's McKnight with all of his daring inside. Can't get it on the fly. Ivicic rebound.
I thought that was a foul. But McKnight put a lot of pressure on the defense.
Timeout. 4:33 to go. Illinois trying to hold on. They lead by 11. They've been up by 17. And we step aside. Who will play Kentucky on Sunday? Well, here's what's coming up tomorrow. Second round coverage begins at noon Eastern on CBS. Purdue and McNeese. And at 5 Eastern on TNT, the Nissan NCAA tip-off show. 8 games across CBS, TNT, and TBS over 12 hours. Illinois trying to hold on. They've won 4 of 5. They lost to Maryland in the Big Ten tournament.
They look like a totally different team than they did against Maryland.
Riley's got it. Ivicic will unload a 3. And rebounded by Swain.
Here we go.
Lost the ball, taking it inside and out of bounds off the Illini.
Wow. We showed you that graphic before that they were shooting 67% in the second half, and they're not going to shoot 67% the entire half, so they were due to miss a couple of shots, but Xavier's got to take advantage of this.
Yeah, and they've been out in transition and have not been able to convert.
Swain, career high scoring tonight. Conwell. Swain cashing that defense, got it, fouled.
Swain's been fabulous. And in the second half, even when they back off of him, he hasn't settled for the 3. He's just taken up the space, gone right at them, into contact and finished, and now he's back to the free throw line.
He's so good going to his left hand. Almost every move he's made has been going to his left, and then he comes back and shoots it with his right.
Well, you notice every time that they go to a timeout and Sean Miller draws up a play for him, it's always to get him going to the left.
83% from the line. It's an 11-2 Xavier run. And it's an 8-point game. Swain will take a breather. They'll get him back in soon. Hughley is in.
Yeah, get a quick drink of water there, Dalen, because you're not going to have long over there.
Nope. It's Kylan Boswell. Maddox is on him. Ivicic and Hughley. Maddox will go over. And Jakic 3. Rebound, Boswell lost the ball. Ivicic vacuums it in. Jakic on the wing. Riley 3. Good! Oh, a big-time triple!
That's a dagger right there. You have a good defensive possession, can't come up with the ball, and give up a 3.
It's McKnight and Foster. Lost it. Jakic! Foster into Humrickhouse, knocked away by Ivicic. He's got 2 blocks.
Now the Illini will be content to take their time.
Maddox hanging on the hip. Boswell's got it on top. Ivicic a screen. They blitz him quickly on the wing. Humrickhouse 3. With a whistle and a foul and 2.5 to go. 5-0 Illinois run since Swain left. The freshman Riley cans one from 3-point territory. It was a steal by Jakic, who finishes at the other end. And the Illini by 13 on CBS. The national champions are still alive, UConn. It's McKnight at the line. Another one.
Well, they're going to face a very, very good Florida team that's playing extremely well.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're playing as well as anybody in the country. Florida and Houston might be the teams that are playing the best.
It's Kylan Boswell and Jaka Jonas. Both teams have shot from the free throw line well. 13 of 17 for Xavier, and a perfect 18 of 18 for Illinois. All-time record in the tournament without a miss, 22 of 22. Fordham in 71, Creighton in 2023. Shot clock at 1, Riley's got to fire. It's off in time. Got it! Got it! Riley cannot miss. Let's see, they'll review. Riley started the game 0 of 3. He's gone 8 of 8 since.
Unbelievable.
He is good. He got it. Amazing.
Look at the clock at the top of your screen. Is it out of his hand when
Oh, yeah.
it's here?
Sure
Absolutely.
is.
I mean,
That's it.
he's standing on like one of the S's of March Madness.
And he got fouled, by the way. McKnight hit him on the elbow going up.
Swain, career night. Here's a 3. He continues to score so well. 27 points.
Even
Prior
though he's
to
not
this
a good
game.
shooter, I wouldn't go under on anybody at this point in the game.
Prior to this game, Kevin, he had scored a total of 4 threes. He's made 3 threes tonight.
White's got the ball. Boswell's there. The countdown is on. Illini fans to their feet. It looks like Illinois is going to take on Kentucky in what could be a war here on Sunday. Jaka Jonas 3. And there's a foul. It's on Trey White.
That's a bad foul.
Illinois.
That's a bad foul. You do not need another possession at this point. You do not want Xavier at the line with the clock stopped.
Look at Illinois. They've hit 50% of their shots. Just a little bit below 50% from 3, and they have not missed a free throw tonight. But like you said, we got 107 to go, and here's Xavier at the free throw line. Hunter hits.
Look, I admire the effort by Trey White, but at that point in the game, time and score, very, very important. Right then, you don't need the offensive rebound. They didn't have to take any time to come down here and score right now.
Fremantle could not get the miss. Jaka Jonas, Boswell, and Illinois with under a minute to go on top. They're not going to foul. Riley making a move, taking it inside. Jaka Jonas couldn't get it, but Ivicic does to put the finishing touches on a big-time Illinois win. It's Maddox. Fremantle, 3. That's it. Illinois has got it. Boswell has it. It'll be Kentucky and Illinois coming up Sunday for a chance to go to the Sweet 16. Illinois will win it 86-73. Lauren, take it away.
Will, congratulations. Kevin Harlan called you a machine. What the heck got into you tonight?
I knew my team needed me down the stretch. I was playing hesitant at the start, and then I found my rhythm, and it was great.
A year ago, you were thinking about going to prep school. What do you think about your decision to go to Illinois, Will?
I mean, this is crazy, man. The atmosphere's crazy. My family's out here. I'm just enjoying my time right now. We got to get wins. We're going to go on a run. It's great.
And Kentucky next. How does that sound to you?
Thank you, thank you. I can't hear you.
Kentucky next, Will. How does that sound to you, Kentucky?
Oh, yeah. We're super excited for what comes. We're just going to compete, and we're going to try and get this win.
I feel like we fall in love with experience. How can you thrive on this stage?
We're just going to compete as a team. We know what it takes to get wins. We know what it also takes to go home in a big tournament. We don't want to feel that feeling, and we're going to get this win.
Enjoy the night. It's yours, Will.
I appreciate you.
Kevin.
He came off the bench. There's his mom enjoying every second. Riley came off the bench for half the season. He led the team in scoring 7 times off the bench. Finally, they said, let's start him. And they have. And they have been rewarded. And now they got a date with Kentucky here on Sunday.
Should be a good one, Kevin.
The tournament continues now on TBS and True TV, and coverage on CBS tomorrow begins at noon Eastern. For Dan Bonner, Stan Van Gundy, Lauren Shahadi, and Gene Steratore, Kevin Harlan saying goodnight from Milwaukee. We'll take you to our studios after this. You're watching the NCAA Men's Championship Basketball on CBS.